Evening everyone. Sorry for the slightly late start, but between the lions and the cables and also some special friends visiting tonight, it took us a minute or two longer to get ready. It's a beautiful evening. We've had fantastic drives the last week, the last few days especially, and the lions of course this morning and this afternoon has been a highlight. We're going to talk about those more later on, but for the moment, just welcome to the fire. It's always special to have all of you join us around here, and summer certainly is coming along more and more. I thought last Sunday the bugs were making a lot of noise, but tonight it is just unbelievable the amount of bugs around the light. So summer really is kicking off nicely. Herman's around the fire at the moment. He's going to just say hello as well and talk about a few things. He's had a very special bits that he finished today on visiting Superior at her home. Herman, welcome around the fire.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Got a bug on you, these ones.
Yeah, they're all over the place, huh? Yeah, I've had a wonderful week. It's nice to be back again, and the bush is absolutely green.
You only got back, sorry, you got back after last night's
It was my first fireside after my leave.
Days do blur a bit, so.
Yeah, it's quite hot at the moment, but yeah, it's been a very interesting week. The bush is a lot greener, and also, as you said, I spent some time at Superior's house in Utah, which was very interesting as always. And the bits is at the moment just being finalized and so forth. So in the next day we'll definitely be able to download that as well on our link sites, on probably a lot of places.
All over the place.
All over the place.
You're starting to get to know Utah quite nicely. I mean, you've been to Joel's place and Superior's home, and starting to get a really nice feel of what else is going on around the outside.
No, totally. I mean, I really enjoy being in the bush, but I also enjoy going to the local villages and just spending time with those people. It's just it's a different world. Very interesting.
Shame when you look very hot. They actually lift the chair back a little bit maybe. Also Sandy and Jerry are going to come join us in the next few minutes, and don't want them to be part of the barbecue. Rather just part of the fireside chat. So being back is nice. Obviously, I mean, what was one of the things I thought you would really enjoy and appreciate is you left here when it was still very dry, and I'm going to ask Pete Bright the same question. No, I'm not going to ask Pete Bright the same question, because next fireside chat I'm not here anymore, but maybe someone else will. Just that the difference, when Herman left it was still very much winter and dry, and the grass was looking like dry straw, and when you got back it was very different. What was that experience like? And even the last few days, seeing things change.
I think you summed it up very well the other day on drive. You said sandy patch doesn't look like sandy patch anymore. I mean, that's something you often drove through there, and I often saw it sandy patch, and it made a lot of sense. But at the moment, it definitely doesn't look like sandy patch. It's very green.
Like the green next to the bunker.
Yeah.
It's looking very pretty.
It's very green.
Yeah, just the general. I mean, and keep in mind, there's about 30 or 40 bugs in front of that light now. That'll still intensify as we go into later December and January. Summer is certainly here in terms of the greenery and everything, and certainly sometimes in terms of temperature, but it's still kicking off. A lot of the insects at the moment are still busy hatching from the nests and the eggs and the cocoons and the pupas, and depending on what it is, the tadpoles and all that is still coming along. The frogs are relatively quiet. There's still going to be a lot more action, but it's going to be interesting. Maybe I was just thinking. Sorry, I'm as always thinking about a whole bunch of things. There's Rex and showing you some of the bugs life around camp. But maybe at some stage we'll figure out some form of a bit of a bit on some of the summer things that are coming out as well. But there's a phenomenal amount of water. I was looking at Buffelshoek Dam again tonight. It is almost full.
Yeah, that's another thing. When I left, there was no water in any of the pans. So when I got back, it was except for Gari Pan.
Yeah.
It was very interesting to see all the water as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah. That's maybe an idea, and again, not to jump ahead of anything, but we'll see how the time goes. But at the moment, Buffelshoek Dam doesn't have a hippo in it yet. Maybe we should all go for a bit of a cooling down swim session at some stage and make that part of the bits, how to enjoy a waterhole when it's full of fresh rainwater and there's no hippo in it yet. But anyway, that's a whole different idea. I'm not going to go down that line too far now. Anything else specific come to mind? So it was a very quick getting ready for Fireside Chat tonight. Thank you for getting everything sorted out, you and Simon setting things up before we got back from drive. Anything else you've got on your mind?
It's just good to be back in the bush, huh? Spent some time at the sea down in Cape Town. That's always nice, but it's also nice to be back in the bush.
That is a very good way to end it off, maybe. And you said that as well the first day you got back here. I remember you walked in and you took a deep breath and inhale the Lowveld area. It's something we spoke about at breakfast this morning when I joined Sandy and Jerry as well. Something very special about the Lowveld. Nice to have you back. Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit like we should have talked more, but we've got a few things to go through tonight. Let's move these chairs. Guys, like I said, we've got special friends visiting us tonight, and we're going to talk more to them just now. We're just going to move the chairs around. And that should work just fine. It's easy enough
Cool,
process.
thanks Peter.
Yeah, Herman, as always, nice to chat to you around the Fireside Chat as well as all the other fires as well. Guys, I would like to introduce them first. They'll say hello themselves just now, but Jerry and Sandy are joining us here all the way from America. Well, actually all the way from Voyatela Lodge, which is just a couple 100 yards that direction. But first of all, very welcome.
Thank you.
We've had some nice chats already, but
Thanks for having us here.
yeah, pleasure. It's Herman, see if you can't just give us a few inches more cable there, please. We are fitting in with everything we can possible.
Ah, perfect.
Okay. Is that alright? You
Good.
guys are right
Yeah,
there. Well, first of all, you guys are, you've been out here many times before to Juma, and Fireside Chat for me is it's an interesting thing because I always have a lot of things I think about, and then I try and fit them into a sentence somehow.
Sure.
But first of all, just tell us, I mean, you've been coming to Juma since, when was your first visit?
Well, about mid-90s, we're talking about changes in the bush. For us, there's been a lot of changes from the mid-90s to now, so as well. I mean, when we first got here, of course, there's no electricity around at all. You ran on generators at night. Nothing like elephant wiring or anything else.
That would have been Bush Lodge still back
Bush
then.
Lodge,
Yeah.
Bush Lodge in those days, yeah, just a little bit up the road here. So, and from that, there's live streaming video now from the bush. So, what an amazing change and adaptation of technology.
Yeah.
So, it's just incredible. This is our favorite time of year because we like the green bush as well, and the babies being born, and both prey and predator being very active. All the migratory birds are in town. For us, it's one of the best kind of things that we've ever seen.
You guys had some nice baby impala views and photographs. I mean, we'll talk about that in a bit. You're both very keen photographers as well.
Yeah.
Have you seen? So I've got one image that's sort of reasonable. I haven't really seen nice little ones yet. Have you had some good opportunities with that?
We saw a couple, not as many as in past years. The last time we were here, all the babies were being born, so there were quite a few. But as of right now, it's very sparsely populated as far as the babies being born. We have seen more small wildebeest than the actual
awesome.
impala.
Yeah, we saw the couple of those.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's that? Okay, no problem. It's the mop. It's not a big problem. I'm just going to mop that up quickly. There you go.
But we have seen major changes in the lodges themselves. I mean, every year we come, they've just upgraded and done more, and it's just so personable to each and every person that comes to the lodge. It's just a phenomenal place to visit. And you never leave the Juma Reserve wanting to see anything, because they will find it for you. If you haven't found it, they'll find it.
Yeah. And you guys